Hello and welcome to this poppin' episode of Extra Butter. I'm Eddie,
And I'm Tammy.
and this week we will be discussing The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, the sequel to the 2017 sleeper hit The Hitman's Bodyguard, starring Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. The sequel reunites Reynolds' struggling bodyguard, Michael Bryson, who is lost as he tries to figure out life as an unlicensed bodyguard after his first run in with Jackson's Darius Kincaid, the shoot first, ask questions later hitman. And this time, the lethal odd couple is joined by Kincaid's wife, Sonia, played by Salma Hayek. I sounded so professional. I'm sorry. I was just,
You
I
sound
was
so
just,
proud of yourself.
I'm sorry. I was just amazed at the professionalism going on there. We're getting good at this, if I do say so myself. So, Tammy, let me go back to my Oprah. So, Tammy, how did you feel about the hitman's wife's bodyguard?
I love that you think Oprah is the person to bring up right now. It was good ish. That makes sense. I mean, it lived up to what it was supposed to do, right? It's supposed to be completely ridiculous, outrageous, like all impossible, like so stupid, insane, crazy, but it was cool. Like it lived up to exactly what it was supposed to do, like I said. I was entertained, and yet at the same time, I was just like, okay, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it was very over the top. It was very nonsensical. It was just downright what the fuckish, and still, but it was so much fun. Like I found myself laughing out loud, and um, I was in a semi-empty theater. I think there may have been five of us in the theater, but I was just like literally laughing out loud. And it's rare that a movie will get me to do that, but yeah, it was just the craziness of it all. Um, so what was I love that Selma Hayek had a bigger part in this one. What did you think about her addition to the team?
She played it very, very well. Like she's the perfect combo for Samuel Jackson with his fuck all over the place. Like she just played it very well on being his wife. Like I can truly believe like them two is this crazy, insane, like all over the place couple that they played in the movie. So she was cast very well for that role, and so was Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds because he played his role very well. I was just like, is this kind of like Ryan Reynolds a little typecast now on the roles that he currently plays? Because I feel like he kind of plays himself in a lot of ways with these roles that he's taking on. But he does it very well. So I guess, as long as he continues to do it very well, he'll continue to get these roles.
Yeah, I think he tried the drama, quote unquote, serious actor route, and those movies, I guess, didn't work out well for him. So he's found his. I guess he would be like, I don't know, would he be our modern day um, Steve Martin or Jerry Reynolds, Jerry Lewis, or somewhere? Back one of the, I can't even think of like who would have been a great comedic actor from like the '60s or somewhere like that. But I think so. And the name just came to me. I saw his face and then I lost the name anyway. Um, I was thinking the same thing. Like you know what you get when you go to a Ryan Reynolds movie, but I think we need that today. Like just to kind of go and have that escapist fun, and um, he doesn't take himself too seriously in that role, but he's built a fortune and an empire off of that. So kudos to him. But I agree with you. I think Selma Hayek, um, she was amazing, and she did hold her own with Samuel Jackson, the king of the F bomb. And he I think he met his match, and they played this insane couple. Um, and the only thing that they loved more than killing people was each other. And I thought that was kind of cute, even though they were batshit crazy. and probably the last two people on earth who needed to have a child.
Oh, they would have made their worst parents ever. Worst parents in the world. Thank God they actually can't get pregnant. Like, I was thinking the whole time, like, yes, he's telling you the truth. Like, you would be the worst mother, and Kincaid would be the worst dad in the world. Like, y'all do not need to procreate.
Like when she was talking about I could just see his face now. The first time she said they were trying to get pregnant, he was like, the look on his face was like, "You've got to be shitting me! Like, tell me this is a joke."
Like, do we really need another you or your husband in this world? Absolutely not.
Not
They
like,
probably have it where they have their first child assassin. Like, they be rolling up like this kid is from The Professional or something like that, teaching them how the business runs, you know?
thank you. Shit, probably instead of teaching his ABCs, they probably teach him how to clip and unclip a gun.
You know how to take the safety off and shoot while running.
But and I really love the fact that they didn't go younger with her character, and I love the fact that they talked about it. What I'm about to say is kind of like a catch-22 for me. I love the fact that they showed that Selma Hayek at her quote unquote age can kick ass and be a major character in an action movie, and I love that. I also love that they pointed out her age in a sense, but it kind of got old into the fact, and I understood why she got mad every time. Why the character would get mad every time someone would bring her age. Like, as women, we reach a certain age, and we're supposed to just go back and settle into the pasture or go out to pasture or something like that. Like, after we reach a certain age, we stop being vital and having this vitality and this sense of adventure and stuff about it. So I love that she kind of threw that in their face. But I also hate that they kept pointing that out specifically about her as a woman. It's like, well, fuck, Samuel L. Jackson isn't a spring chicken either. Like, so that was one thing. But also, I love speaking about them wanting to get pregnant. The fact that they couldn't get pregnant was not on her, but I think they took the easy way out, and I guess it was for comedy's sake, that he actually got shot in the nuts, and that's why he couldn't get why his swimmers weren't swimming, except instead of going back to the aforementioned the fact that, okay, he's not a spring chicken, so his swimmers just may not be able to get up anymore, or
Oh,
swim
please.
a
There's
complete
men in their
lap.
80s still having kids. So that, yeah.
It's rare, and I get that, but so that was my catch-22 with that. It's like, okay, on one hand, I appreciate that they're showing that, hey, a woman, especially in Hollywood over a certain age, can still carry be part of a major franchise like this and have the action roles, and um and they can even point it out and point fun of it in the movie. But also, it's rare. There are men who are still their swimmers are still swimming quite fine at 80 years old, but for the most part, most men are not still making babies at 80. So that was just that was my
Isn't
moment.
Samuel Jackson like in his 60s though?
Yeah, he's like 60 something, maybe close to 70. So that was my moment of realism in this otherwise batshit crazy, totally unrealistic film. But I go back to what I said earlier. It was still very, very fun. Um, so what did you think about the big twist about when the reveal on Bryson's dad?
Okay, so was that a big twist though? Like, that's the kind of cliche, like, funny that I was just like, are you fucking serious? like,
Well,
like, really, Morgan Freeman is his dad, which I loved it, like, because it went into the outrageousness of the whole entire film. It went into the outrageousness of the whole entire film. I was just like, that's just added into the rest of the craziness that had been going on. So, like, it wasn't like all right, that that's stupid. Like, it was just like That makes sense. That makes sense that they would have Morgan Freeman play his dad. That makes total sense. Total sense. What's like completely. It just fits very well.
It did fit. Like I didn't see it coming. You know who I thought actually was the shadow of his dad, and I was trying to figure it out. And then the closer that they zoomed in on the shadow, I thought his dad was going to be Bruce Willis. Like just from the back, because when they first.
I thought Michael Keaton.
Oh, you thought Michael Keaton?
Uh-huh.
See, I thought Bruce Willis was the shadow, okay? And then when they were zooming in on the shadow and you saw more of the silhouette, I was like, nah, that's not Bruce Willis. And then when I heard the voice, I'm like, you know what I said? Lord forgive me. My mom would say I was like, God?
Morgan Freeman is God. Yo, how many? I feel like we should like figure out how many movies has he played God in, yo. He has that voice. He has that voice.
Like, please forgive me, because the last time I made a joke like that, I chipped a tooth. So you know.
Lord, I'm so sorry right now. I do not want to chip a tooth. I'm good. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
You. So, I mean, I'm not being funny. It goes back to the fact, and you know, my mom, she would be like, "You're being, yeah," but you know, because he's played God in so many movies, I was like, God, is that you? And so, and then when I saw it, it was like, oh, I didn't see that coming, but it makes sense. Now, the rest of his father's storyline, I kind of figured out. I suspected that part. And we can get into that in a minute. But just seeing like Morgan Freeman as his father, I was like, I did not see that coming, but you're right. It did make perfect sense. And it was so funny because Darius's or Samuel L. Jackson's character's his reaction to it was like, mother, like he was just, you know, Sonya, she was just like, oh, okay. But she was at that moment, she was too polite to say anything. He wasn't gonna shut up about it. He was gonna get it out. He was just like, yo, daddy, like yo, daddy is why, like he couldn't get over it. So
until you realize that he was like, yes, he's my stepdad. I'm like, well, obviously.
Obviously.
We know he ain't your real daddy.
So, yeah, and it made sense about why he was like in the beginning. And I love that part in the beginning with the shrink where she was like, you graduated therapy.
And he really thought he did something in that though.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I'm gonna go on vacation. I'm on sabbatical. I've graduated from therapy. And I'm just like, you so stupid. Like, you don't graduate from therapy, you idiot.
Like, dude, you like, how big of a head case do you have to be to basically have your therapist fire you?
Like, literally, and not even realize that she fired you.
Like, she was like, don't call me at all. Don't even think about
me. She was like, lose my number.
But yeah, so like to have his vacation ruined where he's just sitting there in those headphones. And I'm like, okay, noise canceling headphones are great. Have a pair, love them. Take them on the plane. Can't live without them. And they do a great job, but there's no way they could have canceled out all of that noise around him when he was on vacation, like all the bullets and stuff. So I was just like, wow. But yeah, so to go back to like how messed up he was. And I guess so he had daddy issues on top of mommy issues.
Yes. Yep.
But he wasn't even your real dad, dude.
But he raised them.
He raised them. He's the only dad you knew.
Mm-hmm. And he raised them, so that was his daddy. No matter if he black.
Yeah, because you know he you felt bad for him because he did love his dad. Like he loved his dad, and then to find out that his dad hated him, that was kind of heartbreaking.
Was it? Was it really?
Yes. It was sad. Like, okay. I saw the twist coming, but I was like, am I gonna?
I feel like it's not sad because he was a fucking idiot. So the fact that you were an idiot is the reason why, like, I'm just like, you so stupid, you ain't see that coming? Like, you didn't think when they found you at the safe house that your dad did, and you ran to your daddy, and you didn't think at any point that your father set you up? But it was supposed to be a safe house? Like, so I was just like, you too stupid for me to feel sad over the fact that your dad betrayed you. Like, come on now.
It was sad. And then once you hear the story about the gelato and the fat man on a roller coaster falling on his mom.
Oh, you laughing now, Eddie?
I'm not laughing. It's the absurdity of it all. And the way just Morgan Freeman's voice just makes anything so smooth. Like, he's literally telling the story about how the overweight man on a roller coaster fell off and smushed his wife to death. And it's just like, oh. And they actually show you that. And then that's why he doesn't like gelato. And he served them gelato on purpose. Like, he triggered him on purpose. That's just cruel.
You're all heart, Eddie.
I feel like I'm alone in that.
You are so alone in that. You are so alone. I'm not there with you. I'm so not there with you. I'm gonna let you flow. You know, be in that emotion right there.
Hey, I was trying to find the emotional moment of the film. Okay.
The emotional moment was so ridiculous. Like, so a fat dude falls on your mom, and he so-called is so fat. He's only 200 and something pounds. Okay, so they're talking about 200 something pound dude, right? But he's so fat that when he falls off the ride, he falls on your mother and he pops her over to the other ride, and then she is literally like cut apart by the ride that she knocks into. Okay.
See, well, first of all, it's Italy. So, for Italians, I guess he was, morbidly obese. But we're going to go with the science. That's the new thing. You got to trust the science. It's the physics involved. The weight, like the velocity and the force, and, science isn't really my jam, but I'm sure there's something in there. Like the velocity and the force at which he fell, it kind of seesawed her up, and maybe she was on like a spring thing and she didn't know it, and it propelled her into the air, and then she got impaled by the other ride. And that's still very traumatic for a young boy to see while he's ordering peach gelato. Are you just gonna leave me hanging like that?
I definitely am. I'm gonna leave you with the science. Go for it, Eddie. That, like, I'm literally sitting here just blinking my eyes like, is she serious? Like, as you were talking, I'm like sitting here just continuing to blink my eye like, she really going for this. Okay. But I definitely was gonna leave you hanging by yourself. Like, I'm not getting on that train with you. Nah, bro.
That is not a true partner. That is not a ride or die. Like, wow.
Oh, God. The science. Trust the science, y'all. Trust the science.
Trust the science. Scientifically, it works. Now, science ain't my jam, but hey, I trust it. I just don't know it for shit, but I do trust it. Okay. So what did you think about Antonio Banderas as the big bad?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I apologize. Professional. Let me get professional.
Yes, this is a professional operation here.
Yes. Antonio, I mean, he played the ridiculousness so well. Like, I feel like the movie was cast very well. Because even like, what is his name? Frank Grillo.
Yeah.
I even liked Frank Grillo's character, but I actually like the actor Frank Grillo because he plays like those extreme characters very well. Like I feel like everybody in this film was typecast for the roles that you knew they could play. Like they could play with their eyes closed. And that's what every single character did. Like they played these roles so very well. So yeah, I mean his ridiculousness of deciding because they were going to sanction Greece that he was going to just destroy the whole EU in order, I guess, for revenge over them sanctioning Greece. And I was just like, that makes sense. That's great. That's great. Be a supervillain. Be like, yeah. I will say the one thing I absolutely love is one of my favorite movies is Overboard. And when I was growing up, like me and my mom would watch that movie over and over. Like anytime it was on TV, we would watch Overboard. Like we love that movie so much. So like when she was like saying like, yeah, you know, like I fell overboard and I had amnesia and seeing you come down just reminded me. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that's my movie. I was like, that's my movie. And then it was actually Overboard. But yeah, so I mean Antonio Banderas, yeah, he played a great Greek man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with his outrageous looking like an Italian mafia fashion. Go for it.
So wait, is he Mexican or Spanish?
He's Mexican.
Okay, so the Mexican played a great Greek looking like an Italian.
Yes. you show right. The Mexican played a Greek man looking at like an Italian. You right. And this is all stereotyping, right? Because he looked like a stereotyped Italian mafia dude. I am sure, you know, based on when we watched the show Vincenzo, that is not how the Italians dress. That's not how that's not how real Italian mafia dress, but it just makes like, yeah, yeah.
Well, he was so flamboyant in everything that he did anyway. And he, you know, and of course, his main man, the one who betrayed him and dimed him out to Interpol, Carlo, was Italian. So, that was just, that's where he got the inspiration. So he was paying homage to his boy Carlo. May he rest in peace. But
I'm loving your reasoning in this episode, Eddie. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Like it's fitting. It's actually fitting. Go for it.
I'm in character.
Go for it.
But yeah, he was over the top. Now the one thing he said is when he said Greece was the beginning of all civilization, I was like, I know you lying. The Garden of Eden was in.
You say the Garden of Eden?
Yeah, I said Greece because he was like Greece was the beginning of all civilization. I'm like, technically no, but that's okay. But I understood what he was trying to say. And
I feel like that's the history in us because that I will honestly say in the theater, I said that like out loud. When he said that, I said, no, it wasn't. Like I said that like out loud. And then I was just like, oh shoot, my bad, y'all. Like whoever was in the theater because I was very adamant. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I was like, no, you might want to go take a history course. I'm like, maybe if you want to say modern civilization, perhaps. I was like, you might need some clarification on that. But that was, that was that moment again of me trying to insert realism into something that was totally nonsensical, over the top, but extremely fun. I will keep going back to that. Yeah, the whole reasoning for wanting to destroy the EU and then the world and the financial markets. And I just have a question for all these people who think that that's the way to go. What the heck do they see? I caught myself. What do you think? What do they think is going to happen to their money? Like, do they really think they're going to retain their value when nothing works? Like,
because it's not that they think they're going to retain their value. I think that by that point, they have everything that everybody else needs, right? So you're going to destroy like the financial sector of the world where like all of a sudden nobody has money because majority of the time people don't carry cash anymore, right? It's all on our card or whatever. So if you destroy that, everything that they need is going to have to be like bartered and negotiated. And the rich people who are prepared for this are going to buy everything up and then force everybody else to be slaves in order to get what the necessities that they need. At least that's what I learned, in a show that I was watching all about that.
Oh, so
I watched it.
But they don't realize the pure chaos that's going to unleash from all of that, right?
Yeah, but they'll be in their secret, like they'll be in their own world where once the chaos has settled down and you kill the weak, then all of a sudden they're going to come out into the world and say, well, I got this. So what you going to do to get it?
Oh, and flip the switch back on again?
No, they ain't flipping the switch back on. No. It ain't flipping the switch. They have more power with them being the only ones that have something than to flip the switch back on. Nah.
Oh, yeah, I don't see it quite working out that way. I always see like a dystopian, like Hunger Games. Oh, well, maybe that's how it works
Because
in the
remember the
Hunger Games.
Capitol.
Yeah.
In the Hunger Games, they had the Capitol.
Or maybe not so much the Hunger Games, but that other one, um, the one with Cheyenne Woodley. I forgot.
Oh, Divergent.
Divergent, yeah.
But even in Divergent, remember, did you ever read the books?
I did.
Like in the end, you find out that it was being controlled by like their own version of the Capitol. So
yeah, it all comes back. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it all comes back to the really, really rich and powerful just making puppets of the rest of us.
Well, damn it.
Yeah, we're going down no matter what, y'all.
So, okay. Well, to get us back on track since we diverged, see what I did there? Completely off the rails. I agree with you. I did like Frank Grillo's character. Antonio Banderas' character was completely over the top. I did kind of like the twist of him and Sonia having a past, and her kind of being like trying to play the double agent and staying just to see what his plot was. A lot of people would have thought that she was actually very smart. She was a very smart con woman. And I love that about her, that they didn't just make her boobs and a body and brawn, but she also had a brain. So I loved what they did with her character. She was actually one of my favorites. And I love the relationship between Darius and Michael, just that adversarial kind of like odd couple. Like they're the killer odd couple, like Oscar and Felix, a modern day odd couple. And then you throw her in there, and I don't know what that. If you say throuple, then people would automatically think something sexual, which we kind of get to their relationship, which is not sexual. That was a totally bad segue. So, what did you think about the final twist of when he thought he was getting his license?
Once again, that's completely outrageous because you cannot adopt a grown man. Like, it's not possible. But, I mean, it was funny, though. Funny for him to know that they so-called adopted him. And now he's their child, which makes sense. Makes sense because they're old enough. Like, yeah. Like I can see those being your peoples. But at the same time, like, so it's just the three of you in a yacht, and I said your parents fucked up. Like, so when he jumped into that water, I said, "Go for it, dudes. Try to swim back. Get eaten by a shark or something. Save yourself. Save yourself and save your sanity." Like, because no worry, it's not like they're gonna try to save you. They're gonna leave you in the water anyway, so it don't matter.
They were not. Did you see they gave him a Viking burial? Well, at least they didn't set him on fire. They gave him a semi Viking burial when they thought he had died.
That was not a Viking burial, but okay.
I said they did not go for the fire. They
Kincaid
didn't.
said one statement, and then he was like, "All right, let's throw him overboard now." Like that was just that went towards the ridiculousness of it all. Like absolutely ridiculous. I will say that I love when like he was like, "Oh, sabbatical over," and he went like full Kincaid on everybody and just started killing everyone. And then when he burnt the Jaguar, when his dad like talked down to him and everything like that, and he was just like, "Oh, okay," and he saw that Jaguar. And he poured that gasoline on it. I said, "Burn that bitch to the ground." And he did. He did. And I said, "Oh shoot. All right, he gonna go Kincaid on everybody now." And he sure enough did. So I think that was like my favorite scene was when he blew up
The
the
Jag.
Jaguar. Yeah.
See, I get it, and I was like, yeah, that was his bad bitch moment. But me being the car aficionado that I am, I'm like, dude, couldn't you have just stolen it?
Nah, it hurts
I
more when you burn it.
I was just like, I know, but I was just like, oh, that's such a beautiful car. So that I get it. Like I praise the moment too, but there was a part of me that was just like, because when we saw the Bond trailer, what's the first thing I said? Aston Martin. So yeah, that's just the car lover in me that was kind of like, oh, there was another way. You could have stolen it, but I get it. I did like when he finally got off of his sabbatical, and then how the penknife was actually his saving grace at the end. I won't spoil it all. I'll leave something for the people to go see. Um, and I love, yeah, it is ridiculous. He signed something, so I guess he signed over like maybe as an adult. I don't know what he signed, but it wasn't what he thought he was signing, which was to get his license back. He was basically giving him his consent or his permission to adopt him. So legally, I guess he did when he signed the papers. He allowed himself to quote unquote be adopted. That's why you never sign anything without reading it. But yeah, and his parents who were basically fucking like jackrabbits throughout the whole movie.
Yes.
And like they, because you think about the time in the car where he was locked in the trunk,
Lord, Lord.
and then on the boat when he jumped into the water, and I was just like, yeah, homie, that's. But knowing him, he probably didn't drown.
No, he was just chilling there, waiting for them to be done.
I was like, that is the world's smallest yacht and the worst type of yacht to be stuck on, and their sabbatical kept getting extended, so that was funny. All right. So do you think there should be a third one, the hitman's child's bodyguard?
No, I'm over it already.
You wouldn't go back for a number three?
No, I would not. Like, I'm good. I'm good. Like, there were moments like I really did laugh out loud at the ridiculousness because I laughed at the ridiculousness of certain scenes where I was just like, are you serious? But would I ask them to do a third one? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Would you?
No, I'm gonna say I'm good. It was good. It would have to be something just really, really, really creative to bring it back for a trilogy. I think it was funny. One and two are great compliments to each other, so um, I wouldn't necessarily try to ruin it just to go back to a third one just for to have a third one's sake. Um, but yeah, I did enjoy number two. It was really kind of crazy. So, what would you rate the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard? That title is a mouthful.
I'm going to rate it a 2.25. Um, it was it was funny. Like I said, I did laugh at certain moments, But overall, I think it would have taken me a way longer time. I'd probably wait until it was on TV to actually go see it. Cause like I was just like halfway through, I was just like, okay, like how much longer is this gonna be? Like I was looking at my watch. And that's with me laughing at the scenes. But like I said, I laughed at the ridiculousness of the certain scenes or whatever. Everybody played their roles very well, but just like I wouldn't want a third one, I would never again watch this movie. Like, and I would watch the first one again. I would watch the first one again, but this one, I'll probably never watch it again. So it's gonna get a 2.25 for me.
Damn, did you rate it lower than Mulan?
No. Mulan was a 2.
Oh yeah, I officially changed my rating for Mulan. So, um, yeah, I would watch it again. I thought it was funny. I thought it was very, like I said, nonsensical, over the top, but fun. It was ridiculous, and it was just suspend your belief and laugh at the stupidity of it all. And I think it was something that we needed, or I needed, uh, just given it was good just to go suspend reality and just laugh at just something utterly ridiculous. So, um, I'm with you. I probably would have waited because I waited on the first one. The first one I watched at home. So, but I would say, yeah, if you haven't seen it, you could probably wait till it comes on TV, um, to
Yeah, I'm
watch
not
it.
recommending this. Like, I'm not gonna be like, "Yo, go see the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard." Like, I'm not recommending this to anybody.
No, it's not something I would tell people that you have to get out into the theater to see. It actually is something that they probably, to me, it probably would have done better if they had released it, maybe as a hybrid or just strictly on Paramount Plus or HBO Max or something like that, Netflix or whatever streamer, Amazon. It may have done better just as a direct release like that or a hybrid release. So it's not something I would definitely say, hey, chance it and go to the movie theaters on, or something that's going to get you out in the theater. It's not one of those movies for me. But I would say if someone's like, ooh, what should I watch this weekend? I haven't seen this. I'm like, yeah, if you want to laugh, just suspend your belief and laugh at it, then yeah. So it was a good laugh out loud for me. So having said all of that, gone through that dissertation slash thesis, I am going to give it a 3. I enjoyed it a little bit more than you did, obviously. So I'm going to give it, and I will give it a recommend at home, if you just want to laugh and want to escape for about an hour. And nice. It's about 90 minutes, maybe 100 minutes, a little longer than 90 minutes long. So, yeah. All right. Any other comments for this episode of Extra Butter? Smooth like butter. Crisp. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm good, thank you.
You're welcome. I didn't mean to, just whenever I hear that song, or I sing. I think that should be our theme song
It
for this.
absolutely will not be, but good job.
I am still going to say that
You
is our
can't afford BTS.
unofficial theme song. I'm doing the cover, okay? That's not BTS. That was the Eddie cover, the ETS cover. Like what I did there, huh? Anyway, why are you rolling your eyes at me? Like
Oh my gosh, y'all! Thank goodness we don't Zoom these.
that is that sound is my heart breaking.
Oh my god! Oh, that was funny. All right,
Like,
y'all.
okay.
Don't forget to visit us on thepopcornwinedown.com for your daily wind down of the latest in entertainment news and pop culture. And please make sure that you follow us and subscribe on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all the other social media, as well as listen to us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment. Let us know what you think of this episode. And then until next time, Eddie.
She stole my line, but she did a good job. I
Thank
guess that's her way
you.
of telling me shut up. Smooth like butter. Until next time.
Until next time, y'all. I'm Tammy.
I'm Eddie.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.